Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever. Thank you so much for bearing with me while I'm sick. My throat is still a little bit iffy, but we're doing this. And also, thank you for bearing with the voiceovers. This is the end of them, all right? It's over. I have to do it for Halloween. Today, I'm gonna be showing you how I created this Joker-inspired makeup look. That's basically it. Let's just get into it. So I'm starting off by filling my brows with this red Super Brow by Kat Von D. The name will be linked down below. I think it's Ruby. I could be wrong though. And I am applying this with my angled NYX brow brush. I have a hard time saying that for some reason. Anyway, I'm focusing this in the front part of my brow because I wanted to go in with a darker shade in the outer part to create like a little bit more depth. So for the outer part, I'm going to be going in with Ebony. This is the KyBrow pomade from Kylie Cosmetics. I'm applying it with that same brush, but you can see I'm focusing it on the outer tail. And then I'm kind of going to do like a little bit of an ombre thing, like blending into the red. And then once those two colors are blended, I'm going to brush them out with a spoolie. And then I'm going to go in with Ebony and I'm going to draw individual hairs, kind of like blending it into the red so that it looks a little bit more like natural or whatever. I'm going to go in and clean up with a little bit of concealer just because I wanted them to be like nice and defined, and I always do my brows first before my eyeshadow when I do my eyeshadow before my face. Because I am going to be using very pigmented shadows, we don't want a whole lot of blue all over our foundation. You know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. You guys have seen this a million times. It's just like such a nice light shade. It helps create like excellent pigment. It's really easy to blend over. It's nice and velvety. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Sapphire Obsessions palette from Huda Beauty. I'm going to be starting off with this light turquoise shade. You guys know how I do it, okay? I'm going to be using, I think this is the Morphe blending brush that I always use. It'll be linked down below. Basically just build up the pigment in the crease, making sure to like slowly blend it up to my eyebrow, building up the color basically where I want it. And then I'm going to end up grabbing that dark blue shade and I'm going to be kind of like building up the depth in the crease, bringing it a little bit closer to the lid. I got a little bit sloppy with this though, so just don't like take your time. And so I went back and forth with those two shades quite a bit just to make sure that the blending is nice. It depends on what kind of Joker look you're going for. If you're going for messy, then have at it. So I'm just basically going to be going in and building up that blue shade to the point where I really want it. For the lid, I wanted to use something sparkly, so I'm going in with this color, which has kind of like a dark royal blue base with a nice like turquoisey reflect on top. So it kind of like married those two shades, also makes it a little bit more glam. So now I'm going in with that eye primer on my lower eye. I just like to do this when I'm doing like very bold colors, just because it really helps create that payoff. And then using that same brush, I'm actually gonna be picking up that light turquoise shade and you know the drill, just slowly building up the pigment. I'm going to go in with that dark blue, focusing it on the outer corner and then slowly blending it inward. I like this to create like a nice shape to the eyes, and then you always want to make sure that you're connecting it to the upper part of the eye so that it doesn't look disconnected. Then I'm going back in with that turquoise shade, just building it up. I just liked the way those two colors looked mixed. For my waterline, I'm going in with this white eyeliner by ColourPop. I can't remember what it's called. I'll link it down below. It's super nice though. Great pigment, nice and precise, and it's pretty comfortable if eyeliner tends to irritate you. We did get fallout, so cleaning that up before we go in with our face makeup. And then I'm going to be setting my eyeshadow with a little bit of setting spray. To prime, I'm using the, I think it's Too Faced. It's like a SPF moisturizing primer, basically. I think it's 25 SPF. Anyway, I'm using this because it's nice and hydrating. And just make sure that you're being careful with your application. I am color correcting under my eyes with my Nye Cover All Wheel. You guys have seen this a million times. This is blue eyeshadow, you guys. I always color correct, but like if anything's gonna bring out my dark circles, it's this cool tone shadow right here. So you wanna make sure that you are color correcting if you tend to have dark circles. For foundation, I'm using the Foundation X. This is from Natasha Denona. I'm sorry, Foundation X Plus. This is the new one. And I am applying this with my Huda Beauty sponge. I just love this because it's matte, it's full coverage, it's super lightweight on the skin. So it's nice and comfortable. I'm gonna go in with this Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. I believe this is number 7. Unfortunately, this ended up being like slightly dark for me. So I decided to go in with the Benefit Boi-ing Concealer in number 2 to do a little bit more highlighting. This sponge is super popular. You guys always ask me about it. It is the top of the Elcie Cosmetics Velvet Sponge. I ripped it in half because it was too big. To contour, I'm using the KKW Beauty Contour Stick in light medium. Yes, I created a video talking about how much I hated these. Yes, I changed my mind when she launched new shades in singles. Thank you for everyone who has asked me politely about that. Anyway, you know the drill. I'm going to be contouring my jawline and my cheekbones. And I'm also going to be contouring my nose. If you want to see an updated nose contour video, please let me know. I'm also going to be contouring my lips, and I will link that video like in a little card up at the top if you haven't seen that. To add a little color to my face, I'm using the shade Medium to just go in basically and bronze. I like doing this with creams first before I like do any, well, sometimes I do a little bit of layering on top with a powder, but I just think the creams are so easy to blend and nice and comfortable. I'm going in with a little bit more concealer because, you know, dark circle girl, and then I'm setting my eyes with the Elcie Cosmetics Light Medium Setting Powder. For the rest of my face, I'm going to be setting it with the Kylie Cosmetics Translucent Powder, and I just always like to apply this with a sponge. I think it looks more natural. And after I do this, I always go in with a clean brush and blend around the edges of my eyeshadow. So, rather than doing a red nose, I decided to apply a little bit of this, I decided to apply this Marc Jacobs blush. I regretted it, and then I was like, well, we gotta go all in now. So I went back and forth, basically like applying it where I wanted it, blending it in, and I actually really like the way it turned out. To highlight, I'm using Becca Moonstone, and I'm gonna be hitting all the high points of the face. I just tried to make some soup, and it tasted so bad. I'm not a good cook, you guys. Anyway, just regretting dinner over here. Then I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the all-nighter setting spray to set the rest of my face. And I'm setting my brows using the Dr. Bronner soap. And you guys know the deal, that's what I do. If you haven't seen my eyebrow tutorial, it's around here somewhere. You might have to go digging. For mascara, I'm using Hourglass Caution. It's a fiber mascara, so it makes your lashes very voluminous and very long. It's also super black. Dude, these lashes, okay? Hoodie by Huda Beauty. So bomb. New favorite lashes. I literally want to wear them all day. I got them at Sephora. Check them out. To line my lips, I'm going in with this black eyeliner pencil. I think this is one of the artist pencils from Makeup Forever. So I'm basically just going to be using this to line my lips, and then I'm going to kind of extend the outer part of the corners of my mouth, just to kind of add a little bit of that, a little hint of clown. For the center of my lips, I'm going in with this Lip Stunna lip paint, whatever it's called, by Fenty Beauty. It's the bomb red one, I don't know. It'll be linked down below. I had kind of a hard time blending this, so if you do this, just make sure that you take your time, go slow, don't mash it all together, or else it'll just end up being one crazy color. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Again, thank you so much for bearing with me. If you decide to recreate this, please take photos, please post them, and please tag me. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see next. Say goodbye to the voiceovers. Bye. I love you. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.